What is up, everyone? Circleflex here, bringing you guys a advent calendar video. It is that time of the year again. I don't know how many years I've been doing this, but yeah, advent calendar 2019, and we're already at day 2. Day 1 wasn't actually a tank, so I didn't really bother making a video about it. So today, it is actually a tank, boys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Day 2, so the first day for us. Is the Turtle Mark 1. Now, this is actually on offer not too long ago, so this is a bit of an odd choice, if you ask me. And another thing I already realized straight away is that they've done something really, in my opinion, really dumb with the way they sell these. Because one is a bundle with 30 days of premium, 5,000 gold, and a bunch of other items, right? The other one is only in-game, so you have to spend your in-game gold. Now, personally, I hate this because this means people will have to preload gold, right? Just like they do it in game. No, but like 9,700 gold. So, and then you get still some missions with it as well. So it's not bare bones. It's almost bare bones, but not really. And 9,700 gold. So that is quite a bit. So let's take a look here. How much that would be actually 9,700 gold. Take a look. Hello, why does this work? There we go. Temporarily unavailable due to technical issues. Nice. Alright, what else? What is close to it? So 10,000 gold? Let's say 10,000 gold. So it's about 30 euros-ish. This is Norwegian kroner. So it's about like around the 30 euro mark. 30 to 35 euros. See, this is already really awkward. Just let me be able to just buy this from the store. This is such a dumb change, in my opinion. And I don't think these things are ever worth it, but we can take a look. 30% off. But here's the problem. So they give you equipment and stuff as well, and they add that. And there's this style you get in it, actually. You get a camo. Steel Hunter. So, yeah. Yeah. Is this worth it for over 50 bucks? I really don't think so. Also, what's also really treacherous about getting gold in these bundles now is that if, and I'm not sure about this, I have no info on this, if the Christmas boxes come back, the loot boxes with the Christmas tree and all that, if that comes back, that is by far the best way of getting gold. And at that point, with all the golds you get from those, then it's actually easier to buy the in-game deals, I suppose. But I still really like, why not just have it in-game and in the store? You know, that's what I would like to see. So anyway, that's the thoughts on the overall thing. But the Turtle Mark 1, is it actually worth it around 30 euros? I don't think so. But I'll let you guys know what the tank actually plays like, right? I'm not going to show you any gameplay. I'm just going to go over the stats and then how to equip it, how I would equip it, yada yada, and if it's worth it. So there's a couple of things you should know. It is slow, it has really high DPM, and it has decent armor. It's very much like a mini tortoise and stuff like that, right? So it has 10 degrees gun depression, which is nice. It's really slow. Really high DPM. Aim time is superb, is really nice. Dispersion is still kind of average, actually. And it carries 50 ammo with a 330 alpha gun, 430 with HE. The fuel range is abysmal. 370 is really low at tier 8, okay? That is in the lower ranges, which is really annoying, and I'll show you guys later with equipment. 1400 health, pretty high for TD, I suppose. Most heavy tanks are 1500, so there you go. But here's the problem with the Turtle Mark 1. Is that tier 9s will just shoot through you unless you're basically, like, this is 230 frontal. Like, if you're assaulting someone like this, you're driving forwards, bang bang, it's 220. It's not enough, and it still has a weak lower plate as well, to about 190. So this is the classic issue wargaming always faces, is that they cannot make armor work. Like, this would work really well against tier 7 and 6, but really poorly against 8 and 9. And it's a classic wargaming thing, they just don't know how to handle it. The trick to this tank is that you need to go basically hold down as possible, because then the tank gets really insane. So once you use your gun depression like this, to 90 to 80, then it gets really sick. So the problem with this is that a lot of people play it. They think like, oh, city map, that's going to be good for me. No, it's not. You need uneven terrain as much as possible. But what does uneven terrain also need? It needs a decent speed to get up those hills at 20 kilometers an hour. You're not getting there anytime soon. So it's kind of conflicting stats. And don't get me wrong, I'm glad it's not like a powerhouse that can even bounce to your ace frontally without angling. And if you angle a little bit like this, you do get more out of it, obviously. And your gun traverse actually allows you to do it as well. Because if you take a look at the gun traverse, it's quite, from left to right, it's actually quite big, right? So if you angle like this, then suddenly you can kind of go to the city. But you still have to be really, really afraid of anything that's tier 9 or higher, basically. Against its own tier, it does well on even ground. And against higher tier, it does well whilst like this hold down, making use of your full 10 degrees of gun depression. Then it also starts doing well. It also has a little cupola weak spot, but honestly, this people will probably just shoot through you or in your lower plate for the most part. This is really kind of a non-issue. Really weak here as well for artillery and whatnot. So if those artillery chains with AP change, then you can definitely get bent here. If those changes go through, that is anyway. Side armor is 152, so even if you use your side scraping here like this is actually not a weak spot at all, as you can see. So it becomes quite good still. But yeah, it's kind of tricky to use, and I actually think it's kind of a good premium because it's not like OP, but it definitely has its strengths. For me, it's definitely not a recommend though, because the 20 kilometers an hour just means you cannot really play half the games you do play. And then the other half, you're still reliant on a lot of teammates for you to have good games. So it's way too team and map reliant for me to ever recommend this. But should you pick it up, I would recommend loading it up like this. So you're going to go with optics, you're going to go with a rammer, you're going to go with ventilation. Some people might think, why not go for a toolbox? Because, well, you don't have a turret. And it's kind of a fair point, but I'll show you why. If you go with a toolbox, you're never going to reach max view range, even with a good crew. So I have Brother Arms, Recon, and Situational Awareness, right? So with those three, you should have max view range together with optics. Is 436. It's just not enough, okay? You need to get that 445 minimum. This is the way to do it. Now, if you're going to use food, right? It's 10% crew. Then you can actually afford to get the toolbox, and then you still have 454, which is more than enough. Now you can also, of course, stack up these bonuses and go all the way up to 463, which is also nice, right? Don't be mistaken, tanks like this 100% need view range because you're slow, so you can't really outmaneuver anything, so you have to basically outspot a lot of things, right? And anything above 445 is basically starting to negate the enemy's camo, making it easier for them to be spottable at max distances, right? So if you're going to train your crew, right, if you're not in it for the credits, because obviously this is going to cost 10,000 or 20,000 credits a game, depending on if you bought them during a weekend special or something like that. So if you're just here for the credits, just run a fire extinguisher and vents, you have 445. If you're here for the crew, you can just run vents and pudding, right? You can also, if you really, really dislike being tracked all the time, because it's bound to happen, especially because you're a turretless TD, it happens more to you then. It's kind of a funky way of doing it. I don't really recommend it, but if you want to roll with this, the toolbox, consider if you're just doing it for the crew training, okay? You're not giving a damn about the credits. Large repair kit actually improves your repair speed as well, but I think 10% plus the 25% toolbox. You could even meme and have the gun rammer be replaced with ventilation. Now, your DPM drops by like 300 here, but you still have 3,300 DPM. Now, and there's a little bit of a case to be made here, because like, if you're tracked and can't shoot anything, your DPM doesn't matter. So you might want to, I might even try this myself. You might want to meme a little bit and get the toolbox and the ventilation and the large repair kit and the food. So you have like crazy good repair speeds, and anybody that thinks that they can they can just get rid of you by tracking you is gotta be in for a pretty nice surprise, because that's gonna be a really, really fast repair speed. But it's obviously kind of a meme build. The go-to build will always be gun rammer and ventilation, right? And you can add large repair kit, you know, if you're not in it for the credits anyway. If you're just making credits, I suppose you can go with a small kit and an automatic fire extinguisher and just regular first aid. The problem is that a lot of the time, because of this loadout, you have worse games, therefore less credits anyway. So yeah, it's something to think about. But yeah, that is the Turtle Mark 1. I don't really recommend it. But it's also because it's really not my playstyle. But I think it's far too situational to be good, and it's far too situational in having fun, that I don't think around a 30 euro price warrants it to be bought, right? I can't recommend it, boys. I cannot. But if you do, I would like to hear your thoughts on the setup, because I think it might be kind of fun to run all the repair sheets. But yeah, that is the offer for today, boys. It's up for another like 16 hours or something after I post the video, hopefully around that time. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll be back tomorrow with day 3. I'll post other regular games on the channel as well, so maybe up to like 2 videos a day, starting now all the way till Christmas, basically. So yeah, thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.